Hello, everyone. Hi. Thank you for coming once again to the 2018 Central States Alliance for Community Media Conference Trade Show. But this is the Philo Festival of Media Arts Award Ceremony. A few housekeeping rules. One day I swear we will get this right, but the program starts in the back, goes to the front, and then you're all set. Once you're in the front, you go through it like a normal person. Like a normal person, yeah. So I really just want to start off by thanking Jupiter Studios for letting us be here. This is a fabulous community venue that we are very excited to have our event here. And so please remember to tip your bartender. They have been working just as hard as us since we've got here. So yeah, let's give it up to them. Other housekeeping rules is the video for the Philos will start running. When you see your video on the screen behind me, that means that you should start coming up here and get your award right here from Joe or I, finalist as well. So kind of come up here. You can make the decision to go back and sit down, or feel free to come up here and say something. Obviously, we are trying to do a lot in a short amount of time, so short, sweet speeches are ideal, but you got the gist. So feel free, when you see your video, come up here, grab your award, come over here and talk. And then please be careful, there are a few steps, and you're gonna go right over around the food in that other corner for your photo to be taken. And Terry is over there waving at us. So yeah, thank you, Terry. So a few things, I just really want to point out my board members. This could not be possible without them. However, we are a working volunteer board, so we are always open to feedback to obviously make this better. But a few people in the room, we have Steve directing the show. He's our Ohio rep. We have Otto next to him. He is our Indiana State Chapter Chair. Behind him is Matt from Michigan. He is our Vice Chair. We have Chip somewhere in the audience. Chip is our treasurer. He's right there. He's right next to me. We couldn't do it without him as well. We have Terry in the back who will be taking your photo from Oxford, Michigan. And our last person here is Joe Starr from PMN. And we have a few board members who are missing, Melissa Bondi, Mark Monk, and I think that's it. If I missed you, I'm sorry. And my name is Alicia May Schlemp-Bodine. I'm fortunate enough to be the chair of this awesome organization. Thank you. So what is the Philo Festival of Media Arts? This event is all about you, the media producers. It's a unique combination, there we go, of competitors, collaborators, educators, and creative content, hosted by the Central States ACM. So this is our regional event. This offers invaluable networking opportunities, creativity, immersion, and really promotes independent media and hyper-local, which is extremely important to our field. So this festival will be featuring professionals, volunteers, and students. And all of these people have creative minds, and that is what makes them winners and special to us. So before further ado, I think that's all I needed to cover. We have a very special board member / grassroots scholarship winner here. Terry, can you raise your hand again? Grassroots scholars, yeah. Are extremely important to us. And unfortunately, last year we lost one of our big champions in community media, Mr. Eric Molberg. So the board decided that this would be the Eric Molberg Grassroots Scholarship. And what this means is we try as the board to offer an opportunity to offset the cost to come to these events. So please promote this scholarship throughout your organization. You can find more information on our website. But this scholarship just couldn't be done without the help of your donations as well. So I'm going to ask Joe to come up here and pass out my basket, and I'm going to take any change I have in my pocket, a few dollars, and put it in there. So yeah, I'm sorry, this is the time we ask for your change, but it's extremely important.
And it's pink.
And it's pink. It's a pink basket. I cannot tell you how important grassroots scholarships are. I was fortunate enough to be a grassroots scholar in 2010. Through that, I was able to land my job in Ann Arbor and have the support of my job here to continue to run this. So just like Terry being on the board and a grassroots scholar, it opens up a wide network for people to learn, educate, and continue community media. So we'll let Joe kind of go around and pass it out. Any change is super helpful. I will definitely count it and make sure it's noted at the end of the night. So thank you very much in advance for donating anything you have in your pocket. Perfect. So at this time, I want to bring up Kyle Schwartz. She is our host here at Alliance. She has been a huge help to us as being our local connection here and telling us about these really cool places like Jupiter Studio. So here is Kyle.
Thank you. I have the pleasure of introducing our host for tonight's awards. His name is Scott Robertson, and he's president of Robertson Heating Supply, a family-owned plumbing and heating wholesaler. If any of you have indoor plumbing, you probably have a part of Robertson's. Their main headquarters is in Alliance. It was founded in 1934 by Scott's grandfather, John, and his wife, Virginia. They're both deceased. The business was started with a one-supply house, and a company has grown through the years. It has 30 branches throughout Ohio, Pennsylvania, and Michigan. The distribution center is located in the industrial park on Main Street. This is Main Street, but it's the other part of Main Street in Alliance. Scott started his family business during his high school years. He started with the business. He went to Marlington High School and also attended Alliance High School for the Broadcasting Arts program in 79 and 80. He credits his public speaking to the Broadcasting Arts program that got him out of his shell. And if anybody knows Scott, it's hard to imagine when he was in his shell. At the age of 17, he graduated from Marlington in 1980 and then attended college at Akron University, where he obtained a bachelor degree in business administration. And he continued to learn more about the company and worked his way to the position that he's held currently since 1991. He's active in the Alliance area development and is also in many clubs like the Rotary Club, is past board member of Alliance YMCA, Marlington Booster Club, and the Greater Alliance Foundation. He and his wife Cheryl are also members of Marlboro Christian Church. It's my pleasure to welcome Scott Robertson.
Okay, thank you very much, Kyle. Thank you. Good evening, everybody. Welcome. Welcome to your Philo Awards presentation and awards banquet here in the big city of Alliance, Ohio. So Kyle and I and a few others will host you for the weekend. And what do you think? Alliance been good to you? Been pretty good? Okay, good. Good. So I'm honored to be your MC tonight, your host, whatever pays the most between those titles. And it is sort of neat, as Kyle mentioned, 39 years ago, I was in that Alliance broadcast studio that some of you were at today for the seminar. And I had a choice between being on a train. So I had a choice of staying at Marlington and taking calculus and physics and advanced chemistry and all that crap that you're never going to use in this lifetime and on this earth, or learning how to communicate with people and really learning how to be able to speak in front of an audience and really speak to people. And I made the choice to go to Alliance, the vocational program, my junior and senior year. Way back in 1979, we produced our own TV show. There in that studio, did the announcements on TV, and it was an awesome part of my life. At a young age, real good for me, and certainly helped me a lot, more so than Calculus 3 would have ever helped. So it's sort of neat to be in front of you today, because you're sort of from that arena, if you will, in that TV an arts location and occupation. So it's an honor for me to be with you tonight. So officially welcome to our awards ceremony. And tonight we're going to give away a lot of awards. And so you're ready to get started. You guys ready? Okay. So as Alicia said, to confuse you a little bit, we're going to be on like page 4 toward the back. And we're going to start with the Arts and Cultural Awareness video.
This collection room doesn't hold many ethnographic artifacts. It does hold a few oversized ones, like this dugout canoe from the San Blas Islands of Panama.
2. Texas high school students raise Nazi salute and chant Heil Trump during class photo, and witnesses say teachers did nothing.
3. America First, not Israel. Detroit billboard urges USA to restrict influence of Jewish lobby.
4. Up to 100 gravestones vandalized at Jewish cemetery in Philadelphia.
5.
7 weeks, 54 Jewish community centers, almost 70 bomb threats. These are just some of the anti-Semitic events that have happened.
So those are your winners in Arts and Cultural Awareness. I believe that we have one of the winners.
It's just me.
Oh, it's just you.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, I will definitely speak.
Congratulations.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. You see me again. So I am accepting this award, but really this is on behalf of the TEDx Youth Ann Arbor, so the students that I work with. This event is all student-driven. I'm just there to bring the gear, train them, and put out the fires. And thank you. And I'm really proud of this because this event really inspires youth voice. And as we know in this field, youth voice is an extremely important cause that we should be working towards. So thank you very much.
Okay, congratulations. Okay, our second category is channel bumps and station IDs. And I think we have both winners in the audience tonight, I believe. It's from Ann Arbor, Michigan. Phil. And
one more.
And from Avon Lake Community Television, Avon, Ohio, Brian. Come on up.
So once again, I am accepting this award on behalf of Phil Booth. He's one of our amazing staff members. We are lucky enough to have a very nice franchise fee agreement in our state that supplies and jobs for people, and this couldn't be possible without that. So thank you.
I'm accepting this on behalf of Brian, who couldn't be here, but thank you very much.
Okay, congratulations. Okay, our third category of the night is children's programming. Let's see the finalists.
Good morning, Westlake. Today is Friday, December 8th, 2017. Let's start our morning by reciting the Pledge of Allegiance. Please join us. I pledge allegiance.
Thank you, everybody. Welcome to Vaudeville. My name is Joseph Ermy, and I'm going to be your MC this afternoon. Now, we recognize that the vaudeville tradition is perhaps an older one, so for the uninitiated, vaudeville began in the late 1800s. It served much in the way radio and television.
Deines Lebens, solange du diesen Stein hast. Ich hielt den Stein in meinen kleinen Händen und dachte an die Worte meiner Großmutter. Für die nächsten 6 Tage dachte ich lang und sehr intensiv darüber nach, welchen Wunsch ich mir erfüllen lassen wollte. Am 7. Tag wusste ich, was ich wollte. Ich war erneut für ein paar Stunden am Strand, hielt meinen magischen Stein fest in meinen Händen gepresst und wünschte mir etwas. Ich wünschte...
Okay, let's give a round of applause for Battle Creek, Michigan. They weren't able to be here tonight. But congratulations to our friends from Michigan. So the next category is one of my favorites, comedy and humor. Let's see the finalists.
Ladies, that was wonderful. The Yeti walking on the moon. I mean, that's an image I'm going to take with me forever. All right, so we got 4 points that round. Great job. You're going to switch the iPad back and forth now. And Janelle, you're going to be the one describing for Christy, all right? This round is going to start in 3, 2, 1, and go.
Sneeze. Blow your nose. Got it. Eyelash.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our professionally produced television show, The Uncle Ducky Show. It's graduation time for Rachel on The Uncle Ducky Show, and we're here to congratulate Rachel for graduating from R. Nelson.
Okay, by popular demand, we have Uncle Ducky in the crowd. Norm Compton.
It is a pleasure to be here on behalf of the whole production crew, and it is a production. Okay? Thank you.
On behalf of everyone at PMN, I just want to say thank you very much. Thank you.
Hi, accepting this on behalf of Kevin Smith, Stephen Merck, and myself. One of the benefits of these conferences is you get to hear other ideas that other stations are doing, and I believe we heard about the idea of doing a head-to-head style game show from Alicia in Ann Arbor. So credit to her for kind of getting that idea in our heads, and then yeah, we got to make a couple fun shows where community members get to act goofy on camera. So yeah, thank you.
Okay, congratulations to our comedians and our humorists of the crowd. Our next category is community event.
$3,722 individuals from infancy to elderly represented Rosie the Riveter to reclaim the Guinness World Record for the largest gathering of Rosies.
It feels thrilling, and the best part is not just being with the world record, but actually just being in the room with all those women at the same time, all focused on the same thing. It's incredible. The previous world record was 2,229 women, set by the Rosie the Riveter National Park in Richmond, California.
It's wonderful
to serve his community with courage, compassion, and valor.
An antique fire truck carried Chief Swatolski's body from Langland Funeral Home to Wings Event Center. A solemn procession of emergency response apparatus accompanied the chief. West Michigan Air Care performed a flyover as the procession turned onto Stadium Drive from 9th Street. The chief's body was taken on one last tour of Comstock.
Hi, I'm Jerry.
And I'm Larry.
And we are
Dangerous Dogs.
And we're here today at the Dayton Barstool Open, the premier event on the National Pro Putt-Putt Tour. And we are just as honored as can be to have been invited to cover this.
Absolutely. United Rehabilitation Center of Dayton is the sponsor of this event.
All right, so we have winners here tonight.
Yeah, we have a few still coming up. Come on up. Hello. Yeah. Oh, you're okay. Where's your... Yeah, you want to say something?
Yeah, just thanks to all our friends at Miami Valley Communications Council for this. Jerry Parrish, who you saw there, the guy with the silver hair, he couldn't be here tonight. And Richard Diaz at MVCC was the editor. So thanks to all of them. Thanks to you. We appreciate that.
And I will accept this award on behalf of Dana Denha and Robert Hornbacker, who are the producers of this. The Rosie the Riveter is a really amazing event that Ypsilanti does, and we've broken the world record a few times for having the most Rosies in the house, original Rosies and lookalikes. So it's a very exciting event. So thank you.
I'm Joe Starr. I helped work on remembering Chief Swatolski. Unfortunately, Laura Rose and Karen Woodworth cannot be here tonight. I'm accepting this award on their behalf. Really quickly, we were a really good team together. All three of us worked together in an external office in the city of Portage, Michigan. Can we just take a moment to applaud both of them because they're not here today? Fortunate circumstances, our team has been broken up since then, so this is a really nice memento, and I'm really, really thankful, and I want to thank you all very much for honoring us with this award. So thank you very much.
Okay, congratulations, community event winners. Our next category is documentary.
For many of us, elephants have traditionally been a source of entertainment, of spectacle. But these majestic creatures are a reminder of a long-lost time, and by studying their ancestors, we can learn a lot about our own past. Before elephants, there were mammoths, there were mastodons, there was Jack.
Our family was from Western Illinois, and as times got tougher, my grandfather, who farmed with his father, was looking for something else to do. Their work at that time was selling purebred livestock, Berkshire hogs in particular. And you merchandised purebred livestock by taking your livestock to different fairs around the country, and it was on.
The Cincinnati Harkov Sister City Partnership, a mouthful commonly known as CKSCP, operates today on its original vision of a friendly and productive relationship with Harkov, the Cincinnati area's sister city in Ukraine. CKSCP fosters a climate of goodwill, understanding.
From starting from just this glob of molten honey-like glass and then seeing it just worked and worked and worked until finally it's in the shape of a vase or a bowl. It's just a fascinating process and heartwarming to know that we're strengthening our artistic qualities of the community itself here in Kalamazoo.
Okay, congratulations. Steve?
Hi. So I'm here to accept this on behalf of Kharkiv Sister Cities. Some of the crew was going to come up tonight, but they couldn't make it. Unfortunately, the producer of this program recently passed away. Jan will be missed, and so I accept this on their behalf. And one of the board members, Frank Clark, is on the board and worked on this production. So, thank you.
On behalf of the Omni Center and the Clay Township trustee, we accept this reward. And this is our Doug Callahan, our Clay Township trustee. And believe me, it's through people's passion. And one of the things that he has empowered us to do is produce series of videos on pioneer farms in Clay Township, because we believe in the living history. And I would encourage all of you as producers to take these kinds of things and seize these moments of opportunity to capture the living people who, and some of our shows, they have died in the last year. And we are so glad that we've been able to document these people. And it's through the support of Doug Callahan and his Clay Township trustee. He's the trustee, and his board have embraced it and have given him the ability. And I want to publicly thank the Clay Township trustee along with the Omni Center in the city of Carmel. God bless you.
Through some connections we had with the high school media teacher, Scott Banks, we were able to go to a nearby community and film them unearthing this mastodon from countless years back. We got to film over multiple days, and then Kevin Smith got to kind of edit it all together. We even got the theater arts teacher to do a lovely voiceover for it. So it's kind of one of those instances where you have a unique opportunity and you just make the most of it. But yeah, thank you.
Okay, congratulations, congratulations. So your last award on page 5 of your program, which we're treating as page 1 this evening, is Empowerment and Inspirational.
The boats coming up the river, they would find our house. They would have to put their lights on the shore to get through the dam. In the spring, we had this wonderful sound from the rickets were put in on the dam. There were showboats as well as boats carrying cargo. And my older sisters were old enough to go to the showboat, but no, Rose and I were not old enough to go to that sort of entertainment. So we just heard the calliope, and I've always loved.
City Swish is safety while integrating skills and hoops. It's a Friday night basketball program for teens from 8 neighborhoods all across the city in partnership with the Cincinnati Recreation Commission, the Cincinnati Police Department, and the Cincinnati Fire Department.
It's a great opportunity for us.
The Cincinnati Harkov Sister City Partnership, a mouthful commonly known as CKSCP, operates today on its original vision of a friendly and productive relationship with Harkov, the Cincinnati area's sister city in Ukraine. CKSCP fosters
So once again, Kharkiv Sister City Organization put this together over a period of months, and Jan Sherbin is the producer, and unfortunately she's not. And also I would like to accept on behalf of Cincinnati Recreation Commission for Queen City Swish. Thank you.
I let Winston talk the first time, so I knew I was going to get my time up here. I was told earlier I should always think somebody different every time I come up here, and I get to come up here a couple more times. But there's two groups I'd like to thank right now, and that's Winston and Sandra Long. They are a very small organization. They have only 2 other people in their office, and they do the 4 of them do all this work. They are remarkable. And the second is my board. Because if my board wouldn't allow me to put money toward this project, it wouldn't happen. So I want to thank them. And you can always remember where we live. We live in Carmel, Indiana. And most of you probably know we have over 130 roundabouts. And they're growing. Thank you.
I am accepting this award for Reina Torres from Alliance High School. She is one of the students, so thank you.
All right, congratulations. So now we go to the page 2 of your program near the front, and we'll start with our first award on page 2 is entertainment.
Hi there, I'm Jerry.
And I'm Larry.
And we are Dangerous Dogs.
Thanks for coming around and visiting us here in our dog house. We're glad to see you again. And you know, today I wanted to bring up a topic, maybe something we haven't talked about in a while.
All right.
Being on wheels.
Being on wheels.
Yes. Like,
dogs on wheels. That sounds like a plan.
It does sound unusual. I'm not sure you'd...
We're in the Alaskan mountains. There's no McDonald's here. But they might have Pringles.
Really? With the dang Pringles again?
You don't understand. I need them.
You never know. When I was a pilot, I once saw a McDonald's in a mall.
What? Look, guys, let's just check it out. If anything, it's shelter from the plague.
Yeah, and possible location of a certain tube stack chip.
All right, do we have some entertainment winners? Yes, we do. Congratulations.
Hello, everyone. I'm Marcia Hudson. I'm his better half. And we want to thank you very much for this honor. We also had help with Liberty Lord. She was our videographer. We've discovered that Dayton has an actual professional Gem City roller derby. So
that's what that was about.
That was what it's about. And we had a wonderful time catching them as they went around on their little circle. And I mean, they were really elbowing each other and everything. It brought back some memories. So thank you.
I'm glad you got your moment. This has been my off-camera collaborator throughout this thing we've been doing. Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Khalil Fisher, and I'm accepting this award for Waycross Community Center. And I want to give a big shout out to Waycross for giving me this opportunity, and my lovely family out there for dropping me off. And also Waycross, because they gave me an opportunity to not only escape my daily routine of going to school and coming home, but as a way of creating a career for myself here. And I want to give them a round of applause before I walk off the stage.
This was a result of our summer workshop program that we have for middle school and high school. This was a middle school program. And I want to recognize Bob Leibold, who was the leader of the program, and the other students who were involved in the program. Thank you.
For some reason, my wife didn't want to come up and accept this, but I'd like to dedicate this award to Sandra because she's my partner. She works with the editors on a constant daily basis, and it's her effort and the guys at Omni that make this possible. And of course, we celebrate the venue of living in Carmel, Indiana, and we invite all of you to Carmel. As a matter of fact, we're going to volunteer to host a session in Indiana. So we hope you'll come, and thank you so much.
Really quickly, on behalf of Danny Kim, Matthew Hamill, and Michelle Hamill at PMN and Kalamazoo, thank you very much for this honor. Really quick fun fact about number 37, this was submitted into the 48-hour film festival. So that means that this whole film was produced in 48 hours. Shot, written, edited, directed, and produced in 48 hours. Pretty incredible. So thank you for the honor. We appreciate it.
All right, another round of applause for their entertainment winners. Congratulations. Okay, our next category is government meeting.
To adopt the consent agenda as indicated. If there is even a single request, the item will be removed from the consent agenda without further motion and considered in its listed sequence in regular fashion. Is there anyone who'd like an item removed from the consent agenda?
Yes, Mayor, I'd like item 8 removed from the consent agenda, please.
Okay. Anything else? Anyone from the public like an item removed from the consent agenda? All right, can we have a motion to accept the consent agenda?
So move. Second.
All right, and all in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Okay. That's a little calmer than our customer council or council meetings here in the big city of Alliance. Okay, congratulations, government meetings. Our next category is health.
One of the biggest issues that we deal with in the Clinton River watershed
is stormwater, and that's a common issue that everybody deals with in these urban watersheds. When you have a large amount of water that hits impervious surfaces like roads and parking lots, it doesn't allow that water to soak into the groundwater and slowly get to our streams and rivers. It all goes into a storm drain and immediately gets into the river at one time.
My name is Harriet. I'm 63 years old, and my sobriety date is August 5th of 2015.
My name is Steven. I'm 26 years old, and my sobriety date is November 16th of 2016.
My name is Philo.
You know, I, Janet Hawkins, will be your host this evening. I'm a graduate of Kent State with a major in gerontology. I am an herbalist and an iridologist. And I also do consultations which include a BTA. The BTA stands for Biological Terrain Assessment. This will go in and give you approximately a 15-page printout. And it'll also go in and tell you if we have a viral. It'll tell us if we have any heavy metals. Heavy metals are...
So I would like to thank Assist Communities who came to me with this idea to talk about how, while there is this problem with the opioid epidemic, that recovery is possible. So thank you.
I would like to thank John from WCTV for being a great producer and always supporting us and helping me with the production of the shows. And on the healthy note, I would just like to share with you, hopefully everyone is taking D3. We get D3 from the sun, and we need to keep our immune system up. And also do a cleanse every 4 times a year. So that's all I have to say. Be healthy and have a good holiday.
For this series, we got to collaborate with our DPW department, and they were able to connect us with a lot of local experts about water health in our area, and it's become a nice little series that was well received by them and in their circles, as well as this circle. So it was really a beneficial thing for us to get involved in. Thank you.
All right, congratulations again to our health winners. Our next category is Interview and Talk Show Awards.
Now the barn says Furtick on it, Furtick Farm, because my grandfather never owned a farm. He was always a tenant farmer. But he just, when he decided to retire from farming, the Furticks had told him he had lived there all his life and he could live there as long until he died, and that's where he died. And when he quit farming, he rented the farm out for 3 or 4 years.
From the breast, and I also find that just picking up a baby and putting her on your breast is a lot easier than having to get the milk out with a machine. Right. So that was like a big thing for me, but I mean, also one of the big problems I had, I think, when she was little was, you know, they give you like time frames of like, okay, your baby needs to eat every 2 hours. And I think some people like really stick to that time frame, but my problem was my baby wanted to eat probably every 4 hours.
I'll be your host of the show right here on ALC TV, your favorite hometown cable station. Well, we're on location today at the Avon Lake Fire Department because it's Big Truck Day. That means families from all across the city will have a chance to come out and tour the big trucks of the city, including an ambulance, a fire truck, and even a heavy-duty tow truck. So let's go in and take a look around and find out what it takes to work on one of these trucks.
Okay, let's welcome to the podium our Interview and Talk Show Host Award winners.
I just wanted to say, first of all, I want to thank the judges out there that judge us and put me up here so many times. So thank you very much. But second of all is on these farms, when Winston was up here talking about the farms that we were doing, I want to tell you something. In our city, township, things are really changing dramatically. And so you don't realize how important this information is in your own community if you don't get it on video. So I encourage all of you, if you have farms out there before they pass away, the lady Hilda Hadley the video that we did, she died after she seen the video, she passed away a few weeks later. But that's what's happening, and we're losing all these people daily. And I really encourage you because they have so much to say to us. Thank you.
Well, I would just like to thank the Philo Festival of Media Arts for this award. This is my first official award as a talk show host, so it really means a lot. Yes, this is the precursor to the Golden Globes and the Emmys, right? So there were a lot of people to thank along the way, especially my family who's here with me tonight. It's really a celebration for all of us tonight, not only just for the award for this talk show, but my mom just recently received her realtor's license. My brother was featured in the local newspaper for a foreman job that he recently did. And his beautiful girlfriend just received her degree in social work not too long ago, too. So we're actually all here celebrating something tonight. But I also do want to really thank Barb Cagley for making this opportunity possible, and ALC TV. ALC TV is a tremendous resource to the city of Avon Lake. So much so that I think I probably wouldn't have gone to school if I would have known about it sooner. But Barb and I happened to meet at a chamber mixer event with her husband. And I had been contemplating how to put together a talk show for a long time and was so overwhelmed by the whole idea that I couldn't figure out how to get it started. Well, when I met Barb and found out that she was the director of Avon Lake TV, it was a natural fit. And so we started there and took off and did it for about the next 2.5 to 3 years. And it's grown, so it's been a tremendous opportunity, and I just wanted to thank all of the producers, Stephanie and Brian, and everybody else at ALC TV too. So thank you very much.
And I will accept this award for Dana Denha and Melissa Bondi. They started this Adventures in Parenthood show, and they brought in a lot of great people who can talk about parenting. So another show idea for some other stations, maybe.
All right, congratulations. Our next category is instructional.
Welcome everyone, and thank you for joining Painting with Picasso's Grapevine. My name is Leanna Hahn, and I'll be your host for today. I have with us today kind of a special surprise. I have my lovely niece, Kennedy, here.
They certainly found it with Freak Show Red Blend. It's unapologetically wild, like a Mustang running around in the plains of Montana, unbridled, undisciplined. It's marvelous. It doesn't make any apology for what it is. It's big, bold, and it should be on a leash. The only reason it's not on one is because it's in a bottle instead. Smoke fire, vanilla, big, bold blackberries, small berries that have fallen from the vine down to the...
Okay, do we have winners here tonight in the instructional category? Yes, we do. All righty, come on up. Give her a round of applause.
Gosh, thank you so much. I appreciate it. I'm glad that you enjoyed the show. I certainly thank John, who's here tonight from WCTV. It's a terrific station to be affiliated with, and this is all about wine. I'm a wine professional. I'm madly in love with wine, and I want you to love it too. And I love being entertained. I assume that you all do as well. So that's what really the show is about. Again, I thank you so much for enjoying the show.
This show features one of our Video Center board members, Leanna Hahn, and she just has a passion for painting and teaching people about it. And I've kind of lost track, but I think we've made somewhere in the high 30s or low 40s of her show. And, it's great. Just comes down to the studio and, just rattles it off and really knows her stuff. So, yeah.
All right, congratulations. We heard from Wanda that she loves wine. Is that right? We can all have wine with Wanda at the break, okay? We'll just insert that into your program. Okay, our next category and winners are the magazine program.
I'm Dana Denha, and you're watching FYI. Thousands of people gathered at EMU's Convocation Center to celebrate a World War II cultural icon and set the...
Summer's getting weak, but business is strong. This is the Rochester Hills Business Update.
The views and opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of Access Fort Wayne, the Allen County Public Library, or any other supporting groups. If you'd like to produce a show, call us at...
All right. Winners in the magazine program category.
I will accept this award on behalf of Dana Denha, one of our producers, and she actually produces FYI weekly with the help of our staff. So thank you.
Sorry about that, I'm small. Thank you, Access Fort Wayne, for having me become a producer and hostess of my show, Patty's Page. And I'd like to thank John Dickmeyer, my co-host, as well as my guest, Martin Fisher of Science Central. You didn't get a chance to see part of my show, you just saw the opening. So I was hoping that you would have seen it, but c'est la vie. But thank you, Bob Hunter, my husband, for being camera and audio. Thank you. God bless.
Okay, our last category on page 2 is military.
I did 316 tunnels, not counting the spider hose. Then it was the tunnel rats job, basically stripped down with just a 45 and a bayonet and go down the tunnel after them. It's rare, but if it happened, when it happened, hand-to-hand combat, you basically just fire your weapon or stab in the dark and hope you did the right thing. And if you come out of the tunnel, that means you were the survivor and the other person wasn't. The most difficult is when you're in the
most of my time with him, so. My dad is in the Army and my great-grandfather served in the Navy.
What does Veterans Day mean to you?
It means that not only the people who survived in the Army, but everyone who came home and their families are very lucky because they got their family back, and I'm very proud of my dad and I'm very proud of my grandfather.
Okay, congratulations, military award. Anyone? Got a few representatives here tonight.
Well, I'd like to say thank you, and Steve told me not to come up here because he thinks I'm, thank you, going to trip, but the only reason I use this is to keep from tripping. Other than that, I can walk just fine. But I just want to say that for this video, we interviewed Bill Collins, and I only knew Bill as a Carmel police officer. And after the Veterans Day ceremony, I saw Bill leaving. I said, "Hey, Bill, hey, I didn't know you were a Vietnam vet." He says, "Oh, yeah." I said, "Oh, hey, I'd like to interview you." And so as I started to interview him, I realized it was a very emotional experience for him. And 2 years ago, it was or maybe 3, it was the 50th anniversary of the commemoration of Vietnam War. And we tried to interview some Vietnam vets at that time. And it's very difficult to interview Vietnam vets because they never felt welcome after the war because of all the protest. And it's just not an easy thing to interview Vietnam vets. And Doug Callahan, our trustee who you've met, he sponsored some interviews with vets a few years ago, and not just Vietnam vets, but other vets, and that we put on the air. So as I started interviewing Bill, who I knew on a personal basis from the police department, it wasn't easy. And after a while, he had tears in his eyes from talking about his experiences in Vietnam. And it wasn't an easy interview. And it was just a spontaneous interview as he started getting into the elevator, as he really got into his experiences in Vietnam. And you didn't hear all of it here, but it was his experiences, as I think he says, a 19-year-old as a tunnel rat, where he stripped down naked and got into the tunnel, and basically they fought to the end. So it was a very emotional interview with him. So I just wanted you to know that about that interview.
All right, thank you. Thank you for your message. So now we're on the page 2 or 3, depending how you're counting those pages. We're going to number them next year. I'm not in charge of it. We're going to number them. So our next category is music, video, TV, or web.
I seen fire fall like a lightning from the sky blue sky. a singing his song. All the little birds on Jaybird Street love to hear the robin go tweet, tweet, tweet. Rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet, rockin' Robin, tweet, tweet. Blow.
All right, congratulations.
Hello, Norm Compton again from Access Fort Wayne. I'm accepting this on behalf of Eugene Gusenhoven. We've got a lot of great talent at Access Fort Wayne, and I am just truly blessed by working with all these wonderful people. Thank you.
Okay, next category is newscast.
Oh, hello. Welcome to Independence Update, where we highlight yesterday and tomorrow, today. I'm your host, Kevin Neal Smith. Let's dive in. On Tuesday, November 7th, the Township Board of Trustees held a regular meeting. In regular business, the board approved a sub-recipient agreement and allocation.
Hello and welcome to Meridian News Now special report. I'm Adriana Catero.
And I'm Brittany Flowers. Thanks for joining us.
On this episode, we focus on housing in Meridian Township. We start with taking a look at the housing market and an important...
Okay, congratulations to our newscasters. Have anybody here? All right, Matt. Come on, Matt.
I'm accepting this award on behalf of Stephen Merck and Kevin Neal Smith, our two video producers. They took what was a very standard kind of show, just a talking head and a green screen, and made it into more of a field piece that interviewed community members and things like that. So they took something and made it much more better. Thank you. Much more better.
All righty. There we go. Much more better. That's what we're striving for. All right, our next category is in the area of performing arts. Let's welcome your winners of Performing Arts.
I'd just like to thank everybody for letting us get this award, and I'd like to thank just the staff and the students at Channel 1022 and Alliance. And the Style Show is one of the most fun events that we do. We do a whole festival in the month of August, and anybody who lives in Alliance knows that it's super busy, but it's super fun. So thank you.
I'll be accepting these awards on behalf of Jason Dudley and ICRC TV. I know these Southern Gateway Chorus shows are very near and dear to Jason's heart, and he works his tail off for these. So for Jason, thank you.
I was the only person that showed up from PMN, and Jake Andrews and Matt Perigo, who won this award tonight, suggested that I impersonate every person who came from PMN. I can't do that. I'm not a good actor. Just saying really quickly, they put their heart and their soul into these productions, and I hope that they're watching on the live stream right now because they really, truly do deserve this award, and they work very hard on it. So from them at PMN, thank you very much.
And I will accept this award on behalf of Dave Chappell. When you think of your rock star volunteers, this is Dave. This is a volunteer who lugged a camera out there, I think, 3 nights in a row to do a multicam shoot with one camera. It was so much fun helping him edit, and he just makes editing a breeze. So congratulations, Dave. We're really happy to have you in Ann Arbor.
Okay, congratulations. Our next category, political awareness.
On November 7th, voters in our Ann Arbor Public Schools community will see a question on their ballots to renew the .9719 mil special education millage voters approved in 2011. This is a tremendous opportunity for our community to come together to maintain our Ann Arbor Public Schools without an increase to your 2017 tax rate.
My programs on families and politics. Today, I am delighted and honored to have with us 2 patriotic Palestinians who remind me with my husband. They will tell us more about Balfour Declaration. And it's Mr. George Khoury, and
replenish the
Such
Social
a nasty
Security
one.
Trust Fund.
If you become president, this country is going to be in some mess.
The most dangerous person to run for president in the modern history of America.
Many say that modern Americans aren't as nice as they used to be. As the media accelerates and influences the opinions of American citizens, hate speech and acts can accelerate as well.
I think politicians...
I'm back here again, but to accept these awards on two very different and special people. So the first one is Scott Nadeau. This is a great example of partnering with your education, your WISDs, your public schools, whatever it may be. So Scott is a freelancer, and he works with them, and he creates these wonderful weekly, bi-weekly, monthly little series to talk about the community and what's happening in Ann Arbor Public Schools. So congratulations, Scott. And my next one is a very near and dear volunteer as well, Elaine Roman. Now, the nice thing about our Access Ann Arbor show is we provide the technical aspect, but not all the time. It's usually run by volunteers. It's our training show. And then anyone can come on and be the host. And this, again, is a great example of hyper-local news that nobody else is talking about. So, congratulations, Elaine.
All right, thank you. I couldn't help but smile when I saw that clip of our current President Trump and Hillary, and it just made me think that would be interesting to get those back on stage again. Get those two back on stage. That'd be a heck of a show. Okay, promotional videos, 3 minutes or less.
My name is Leanna Hahn, and my show is Painting with Picasso's Grapevine. And hopefully people are really going to gain a little bit of bravery, a little bit of courage to actually try some painting at home. They can see it's not that hard, and somebody takes them through step by step. It kind of takes a little scary out of it. I think that getting involved in the community television really kind of gives you an opportunity to share your special talents. So,
got my teeth gritting, got my skin itching, got my eyes locked and ready to go. 1, 2, 3, fire. I know what I want and I know when I want it. Now, time to light the matches and let it blow. Let them go, baby. I know what I want and I know when I want it. Now. With the curly blonde hair, walking over there, stop right there.
Big Brothers Big Sisters is a wonderful organization. It really meets the needs of so many young people here in Bloomington. I've been associated with it for 3 years with my little Michael, and before I came into Big Brothers Big Sisters, I had a vague idea what it was all about, but
Once again, I will accept this award proudly on behalf of Dave Chappell, one of our volunteers. And actually, I was lucky enough, he asked me to be the host for this. And this was a lot of fun. This was a local high school singer-songwriter that has been in country music charts. So she's up and coming. Sienna Morgan's her name. So congratulations, Sienna and Dave. Thank you.
I accept this award proudly accept this award on behalf of PMN and Kalamazoo. Matt Perigo is a marvelous animator. Wonderful kudos to him. Nick Eppinga is no longer with the company, so kudos to him as well. Great work done. Mitchell Anderson, Justin Mertz, and Jake Andrews. My really close friend Jake Andrews, he's my office mate. He deals with my crap every day. So if he's watching, again, thank you very much for dealing with me, and congratulations to you guys back home, and thank you very much for the award.
I'm accepting this award on behalf of our producer, Kevin Neal Smith. He wanted to interview some of our show producers and kind of, in a way to kind of talk about their show, ask what their show is about, but then also ask the question of why community media is important to them, which is a concept that I think we as all, people of PEG need to always kind of reinforce and re-ask that question to make sure that the communities that maybe aren't as familiar with us kind of get to see the benefits of the things we do. Alicia also reminded me that program sharing is also a big thing with all public access stations, especially things like painting shows and other shows that are somewhat timeless. So don't forget to talk to your neighboring communities and other areas about, what content you can share and, get the word out there. Thank you.
Okay, now promotional videos, 3 minutes or more.
I just wish there was some place I could watch my favorite local TV shows.
So what happened was, when my son was first born, he was diagnosed at 2.5, and I had never heard of autism before. And so we kind of just moseyed along into the community and, you know, unaware that there were going to be all of these incidents.
Welcome, sixth graders. My name is Mr. Gilpin. We're excited to have you with us. We can't wait for next year to be a Bulldog. Go Bulldogs.
Hey, future Bulldogs. I'm Mr. Bodie, one of the assistant principals.
I'm Mrs. Rickerby, and I'm the 8th grade assistant principal.
I will be the 7th grade assistant principal next year, and I cannot wait to meet each and every one of you next year as a Bulldog.
Welcome, 6th graders. We're excited to have you.
So once again, I definitely want to accept this on behalf of Phil Boos and Robert Hornbacker. This is an example of allowing people their creativity, and that was that promo. So congratulations, Phil and Robert.
They're looking for my plaque. I would like to thank Richard Kozlowski, Dan Rizik, our mayor, Michael Taylor, who supports what we do, and our city manager, Mark Vanderpool, and our city council. And most importantly, I would like to thank Shell Jones, who created the Play Place for Autistic Children and put it right in Sterling Heights. Thank you.
All righty, congratulations. They found a plaque for him. Okay, our last award winner on this page is your public service announcement.
We provide our Firefighter for a Day camp every year, and it is a great time for kids and also for our firefighters and our staff. This is an opportunity for children throughout the community, ages 7 to 13, to come out for a day and join us and actually learn what firefighters do.
So when he gets off the truck, first thing he does.
Are you looking for a book club but can't find one that meets at a time and a place that's convenient? I'd like to invite you to join our online book club. It's a chance to get together with like-minded readers from the Allen County area. This librarian-moderated community is a safe place to meet and discuss accessible, thought-provoking books you can find at the library today. To sign up, navigate to the Allen County Public Library's homepage and click on the Goodreads icon at the bottom of the page, or search for ACPL on the
Our firefighters, I'm very proud of. Now, I worked for the fire department for 34 years, and then I retired and took over township trustee. They came to me one day as trustee and said, "Hey, what do you think about doing firefighter of the day or firefighter of a day?" And I said, "You know, these guys, these firefighters, they get involved in anything." So I said, "Okay, we'll try it." Well, they started out doing it one a day, and it was all day. It takes all day. They've got so many kids that they have now expanded to 4 days with this program. And you know, I talked earlier about how important our elderly is, you know, and finding out things from them and what we can learn. But it's also important to teach our kids. And I want to tell all of you out there, you guys are doing some marvelous work. Really, I've got an autistic granddaughter, and I wanted to see the rest of that video. I thought that was marvelous. So thank you very much. I really do appreciate it.
I said earlier, as far as all the great people that I work with at Access Fort Wayne. Kay Gregg is our library production coordinator, and she does an absolutely over-the-top job every time, and I just can't say enough. Thank you.
All right, congratulations. As we leave this public service announcement category, I'll just throw in maybe my own bonus public service announcement, and that's to recognize really the lady that helped plan your event and your weekend here in the big city of Alliance, and I think was instrumental in putting together 12 or so workshops that you had over the last couple days, and is our local host in the big city of Alliance, and your local host, Kyle Schwartz. So give it up for Kyle again. Thank you, Kyle. Yeah. And her husband, Doug, will be buying the drinks immediately following this ceremony. No more than an hour. Okay? We've got to be out here by 11. Okay. The next page is you flip your page over, and we're down the home stretch, I believe. And this is the religious category.
I feel like we have been blessed with so much.
There are a few topics you're never supposed to bring up in dinner conversation. One of those is religion. Religion is often deeply embedded in how people view the world, making it easy to spark controversy. Thus, I imagine my talk may be controversial, but I want to share with you today my story of leaving the Mormon Church and to share with you what I've learned from the process.
Once again, I will gladly accept this award on behalf of TEDx Youth Ann Arbor, a youth-driven 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. student-run event with student speakers, directors, camera people, and everything. So thank you.
We'd like to accept this on behalf of the Omni Center in the city of Carmel. And this is particularly poignant today because ours was about the Holocaust Remembrance Ceremony. And also today is, as you know, the attack on the synagogue in New Jersey. And Carmel had an attack on a synagogue about 2 months ago. Graffiti on the wall of the synagogue. And a result of that, about 1,200 people came together at the synagogue the same day and asked how they could help. As a result of that, the mayor put together a committee, and they decided the mayor decided and the committee that we would be taping within the next few weeks every Thursday a meeting where they discuss the various faiths. So the last 3 weeks, and I think next week will be the final week, and I don't know what will happen after that, but we have been taping each faith discussing their faith in order to educate the community. So I think that is at least a beginning of a discussion within the community. And it's the mayor's wish that we do more and more of this to bring an understanding within the community of Carmel to better understand the faiths of the different groups within the community. So that's what we're doing in Carmel.
There's one more thing. I'd like to thank all the people who have given their time to this association to judge all of these entries and all of these divisions. It takes a lot of time. We've done it before. And I just want to thank all of you for doing that on behalf of our association.
Okay, our next category is sports coverage.
To play at the big house for these kids, you know, last year Lloyd Carr came and talked to him about it, and he said, you're walking on hallowed grounds, and he talked about all the great athletes and all the great coaches that have been on that field. It made your skin crawl.
Hello sports fans and welcome to Media Central's presentation of Campbell County High School football. I'm Kevin Sluter and I am excited as always.
Vikings will be hosting the Mason Comets. I'm Glenn Olson, joined tonight by my partner David Olson. Jason Dudley and another crew are on hand to bring you all the action in what should be a thrilling Greater Miami Conference action game, David. Right now, we have a four-way tie for third place in the conference. Lakota East, Mason, Sycamore, and Princeton are all knotted up at 3-2, so there will be some movement tonight based on tonight's outcome, but there's also going to be playoff implications in this game as well.
Let's welcome our sports coverage award winners.
Thank you all so much. This is my first award as a director-producer, so it means a lot. This was about a year ago when I was an intern volunteer at ICRC. I started volunteering there back in high school and recently became a part of the ICRC team full-time. So for Tim, Jason, my partner Dean, and everyone at ICRC, thank you for continuing to give me opportunity after opportunity. This is a volunteer thing. I want to thank Matt Steele, Eric Lawrence, and someone, Cincinnati Community Media, really wouldn't be the same without Eric Johan. So this is for all of them and everyone at ICRC. Thank you very much.
I'm accepting this award on behalf of our producer, Kevin Neal Smith. Our football team has been doing really great these last couple of years, won state champs. On and off for the last couple of years, I've had the fortune to be there. And he was inspired to make this piece, which turned out really great. And also shout out to our friend and colleague, Ezra Baker, who did the original music for that video as well. So, thank you.
Okay, another sports segment is sports, entertainment, and talk.
My name's Ron Carter. I'm a biking enthusiast. My wife and I ride a tandem mountain bike. We have for over 20 years. But I've also been a member of Carmel, Indiana City Council for that amount of time. I've advocated for all types of bicycling within our community. We have so much that people really don't believe me when I say.
For 2 weeks a year, the Youth Impact Program is changing the lives of middle schoolers through academics, football, and most importantly, teamwork.
We bring in 100 middle school age kids from inner city Detroit to come up, and we focus on academic enrichment as well as developing their athletic abilities.
It has so many elements to it. It's not just football, not just.
We are the Belmont Bison, and you rocking with their high school sports.
So that means we're going to be on the cover page.
I just want to say I will accept this on behalf of Dana Dunham, Robert Hornbecker for their weekly show, FYI. This is also a good example of our partnership with community members. So I want to give Mr. Tom Wright thank you for making this program known to us and allowing us to cover it. So thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate this. In the beginning, we were really struggling about where in the world which category we could submit this in. And finally, this is where we decided. We appreciate it very much. And the way this video ends is, please come to Carmel. We invite you to come to Carmel and experience all the biking opportunities. So we also volunteered to host one of the events in Carmel. And we truly mean it, and would like to invite you to Carmel for one of these events in the future. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Rosemary from DATV, and I'd like to accept this award on behalf of Dion Cash. He works really hard putting this sports program together and is always in the station. The man is a dedicated guy. Thank you very much.
Okay, I believe our last category before our final special awards tonight is going to be the undeserved voices. Oh, hey, underserved. Yeah. Look. Hey. I'm paid nothing for this position. The underserved voices.
So what happened was, when my son was first born, he was diagnosed at 2.5, and I had never heard of autism before. And so we kind of just moseyed along into the community and, you know, unaware that there were going to be all of these incidents.
I was born in November 1926 in Evansville, Indiana.
Body shaming is a very negative way of hurting people's feelings. It deeply affects people and makes them feel like they need to change their bodies no matter how beautiful they are. We as a society need to stop commenting on things that no one else can control, including their height, race, frame, or their weight. And their bodies are their bodies and no one else's business. Have you ever been body shamed?
Yes.
What do people do to body shame?
Thank you. I want to thank once again Dan Rizek, Bridget Kozlowski, our mayor Michael Taylor, our city manager Mark Vanderpool, our city council. Our residents are so great and supportive. And most importantly, I want to thank Shell Jones for once again. And I want to thank all the kids that were in that video because that's why the video won. Thank you.
The video on Hilda Hadley was really special because I went with Omni to videotape her in her home. And she was getting ready to sell her house, and she was going to be moving into a senior living home. And so once the video was done, we were concerned about her passing before the video got done, but it was completed within a good time. And so we went to the senior's home to show this video. And we had to show it twice because we couldn't get everybody in the auditorium where it was at. I mean, and everybody wanted to hear her talk. And this was just such a special lady. And unfortunately, she passed away about 2 weeks after the video was shown. Sandra wants to say a few things. And I forgot to thank somebody. Remember I said every time I came up here? I want to thank my wife. She tolerated me for 34 years in the fire department. Come on, Lou, get up here just for a second. Come on. So she has given me 3 wonderful daughters, 7 grandchildren, and I'll tell you what, she has went through a lot with me. 34 years in fire service and 12 as trustee so far. So.
And I'd like to thank Doug Callahan because he is our biggest supporter and sponsor in Carmel. And also regarding Doug, and I want to thank Jan Howard too, because there's a lot of value in attending these conferences, because I met Jan several years ago and Norm, and as a result of these conferences and attending one of Jan's, she gave us some pointers on publicity. She said, in the conference, she said, you really need to get publicity for your station and let people find out what you do. Because no one really knew what we do, what we do in Carmel. And so I decided, okay. And so I met with her on more than one occasion. And one thing she suggested was, you take photos at the conferences and you get them in your local newspaper and that sort of thing. And so in regard to Hilda Hadley, we decided on these videos that we do with Doug, the historic videos, to do premieres. And Luann is the one that provides all the refreshments and organizes that. So thank you, Luann. Thank you. And so, and then with Hilda in this case, and with some of the other ones, like one of the farm videos, we have, I asked that I called the paper and asked that they interview the people in the videos. Not us, but people in the videos. And so thanks to Jan Howard, we got onto something that's really good for us and also for the people in the videos, because they enjoy it and we enjoy it, and it's good for the station that they get interviewed. So there's a lot of value in coming to these conferences, and we learn a lot. So out of that, we did get some publicity in the paper about the videos. But in regard to Hilda and what Doug said, it was a very special time for Hilda and this conversation with Hilda Hadley video. And we feel truly that Hilda lived for this video and the premiere that we had for the video in the retirement center. And she was in the hospital after the video. 2 weeks later, she was admitted to the hospital. And she called me from the hospital, and she said, Sandra, my video is not on the TV in the hospital. Where is my video? I said, Hilda, do not worry. I will find out what the problem is. I will send Winston over, who's our tech person. He will find out the answer. And so he went over immediately. And he did have to deliver the very bad message that Hilda, they have their own internal system. But we'll bring you your own copy. But, it wasn't on, but he pacified her, and everything was okay. And so it was a very special story, and it meant a lot in her end days, and she died on Tuesday after she was admitted to the hospital on Friday. Thank you for this award.
What I did, I served in the U.S. Army. I joined in 1967 after graduating from high school. In 1968, during the Tet Offensive, I was sent to Vietnam. I was in a place called Can Tho, Vietnam, with the 69th Engineers. I was what they call a tunnel rat. I crawled down the hose and looked for them. You go down the tunnels to mainly gather information. Once the information is gathered and clear the tunnels, then the engineers come in and blow the tunnels up. I did 316 tunnels, not counting the spider hose. Then it was
to erase a $30 million deficit that we have. If we don't pay it off in 10 years, we'll pay an additional $15 million if we pay it off over 20 years. What happens if we don't get voter approval on August 8th? We will make our unfunded pension payment in 2018. We must. So we will reduce our expenses by $1.5 million effective January 1. That will mean, and we're not talking a lot about this publicly, because if you do, you're seen as scared.
All right. Okay, those are your award winners in overall excellence and combined PEG access. That's on the next page. Anyone here to accept those awards? Carmel, Indiana again. Let's welcome Carmel, Indiana.
Well, I would like to accept this on the behalf of the Omni Center and the city of Carmel, Indiana. One thing I'd like to tell you about our demo reel that I submitted for this, or we submitted for this, is that after we did the demo reel and we found out that we had won, we decided to put it on our Facebook page. And interestingly enough, Facebook rejected it. Yeah, they did. And so I looked up why they rejected it, and they said that it had a lot of violence in it. And I thought, well, why in the world could they reject our demo reel? And so I looked at it again, and the only thing that I could determine, the reason that they rejected it could be because of Bill Collins' comments about his experience in Vietnam. And the other thing is we included a clip from the Carmel Police Department and the SWAT team. So, I don't know. If you're interested, you can look at our demo reel and figure out why Facebook rejected it. And
look at the show on Facebook.
well, that's what I mean, if I worded it wrong. But otherwise, we appreciate it very much. Thank you.
We do want to thank
All righty, congratulations. Okay, we're coming down the home stretch with our major awards. These are special award winners. So our first is Best in Show.
So that bicyclists don't have to stop at stoplights in an awkward situation. What I said was a resounding no. We are not installing pavement loops because of the fact that we're taking stoplights out of our city. In fact, at this time, we have converted over 100 major intersections to roundabouts, with 20 more under construction. Those roundabouts have cut our personal injury accident rate by 80%. They make it much safer for not only motorists, but also for bicyclists.
Okay, congratulations, Sandy.
Well, thank you again. We really appreciate this as Indiana's bicycle community. And again, the way this ends is please come visit Carmel. Please come. We hope to host an event in the future. We have many great events, and we hope to see you there. Thank you very much. On behalf of the city of Carmel and Omni, thank you.
You guys getting the message that you're all invited to Carmel? It's pretty clear to me. All right, your second award is Excellence in Animation.
There's my baby.
So once again, I really just want to accept this award on behalf of Phil Boos. He has been a tremendous person to work with. He was one of my first interns. He stuck around as a part-timer, and he just got a full-time job at U of M. So congratulations, Phil.
Okay, our next award is for directing.
We need the communities there and the members that live there. all of us, we pull together for the revolution. One of the things we have to do is begin to understand that I don't have to go to Africa. I don't have to go overseas. You're in a war zone right here. God bless you. We know that there's people in other countries that need our help, but right here in our country, we need your help.
With NEP and Pivot, we've been able to help them to recapture their community.
So I'd like to accept this on behalf of the City of Cincinnati and the Cincinnati Police Department and the director called Zoe Wesson. The Pivot program is a police-community partnership to eliminate crime in certain neighborhoods. It's kind of a concentrated effort, and it's really worked out really well. Thank you.
Thank you.
They're all different colors, and it's up to the artist to make the bead into something presentable to the children. It's very important for the kids when they're coming out of a treatment to take their mind off of something.
So we're really fortunate in Kalamazoo, a city this size, to have Art Hop. It's a once a month sort of art tour. We always have live glass blowing going on. We have our lamp working studio.
Excellence in editing. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. Really quickly, it's an honor to live in a city like Kalamazoo, Michigan. If you haven't been there, I highly recommend going and visiting. From all of us at PMN in Kalamazoo, Michigan, thank you guys so very much. This is a huge honor, especially on behalf of the creator of this video, Noah Lambrix. He was our intern. Thank you very, very much. We really appreciate it.
Okay, now comes Best Series Programs.
The museum frequently receives inquiries from the public about donating, identifying, and placing values on artifacts. Due to the size of the museum's collection and space constraints, the museum generally doesn't accept new items into the collection. Any items the museum does accept will be natural history related. Anything history related, especially local history related, should be
Okay, and our final award for this evening is the George Stoney Community Activism Award.
He was in no way laughing. When I'm hanging out with my friends, it shouldn't be the norm that I just expect them to make a joke about the Holocaust or my religion.
But it is. We are tired of holding our tongues, and when we do stand up for ourselves,
we are tired of being told we are being too sensitive because it is not sensitivity to expect to receive
common human decency.
April 20th, 1889, Adolf Hitler's birthday.
An already horrific enough anniversary has now been used to give more weight to the punchline.
Okay, let's welcome your coordinator for the Central States region, Alicia.
Thank you. I do really want to accept this award. On behalf, once again, of TEDx Youth Ann Arbor, youth voice is extremely important, so I challenge you all to reach out to your schools, your students, and make sure you are accepting their voice on your channels. Thank you. I do want to mention we raised $115.55 for our next Grassroots Scholar. So I want to see all those applications come into our 2019 event. I really, really want to thank Scott Robertson for being our host. It was an absolute pleasure. We will update the website with the videos online of this event, which was being recorded. I forgot to mention that before, sorry. And we will also have links to the excellent winners as well, photos on the website as well. You will get an email, most likely from me. As always, we're looking for diversity in our category submissions, so please spread the word. We want as many people to have this be a competition as possible. And as always, we're looking for judges. So if you would like to be a judge, please let us know. Certification and plaque duplications will also be on the website and are due December 15th if you want extras. And everyone, this event does not end tonight. Unfortunately, Philo's does. But our conference is still going on tomorrow at the Hampton Inn and Suites. We have a great session on archiving, free archiving, which is extremely important. So that is tomorrow at 8:30 at the hotel. Once again, thank you for coming to our 2018 event. Congratulations to all